All right. So looking at the market, we got oil at 90, hit 95, and it's at about 96. And if we look at the oil chart, that is a continuation of the downtrend move. So, we had the last like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days making higher highs, sometimes some lower lows. But yesterday, we made a lower high, but we still were in the middle of the prior day's trading range. But overnight, we have dropped below yesterday's low and all the way down to below even the prior day's low. So we've formed a pivot high, and we're now back in trend, downtrend, and we might be seeing oil head to, let's draw it out here and let's see what we can predict. $86 by the end of the month, 86, somewhere around there. And so we have that first indication of that weakness in oil, and that's good for inflation. It could be an indication that inflation is staving off. Let's take a look at gold. Gold is sitting at a really important last chance support area, which from the way I see it is probably going to break down. But we'll see. So anyway, it's right there right now, really close to, it hit 1680 yesterday or overnight. And that is the last chance number, 1680. So be watching gold over the next little bit of time. Maybe that could be a short that you could put on. It moves slow enough. Now on the markets, the ECB, the European Central Bank, has issued a rate hike for the first time in 11 years of, I believe it was 50 basis points, if somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. In any event, that is nasty. That means they're really trying to force the economies. And whenever you force rate hikes, the actual purpose is to kill the consumer and their demand to spend and drive them crazily towards saving instead. And but usually what happens is, as rates go up, it causes recession, and because of that, people lose their jobs, and so they need to pay for their ordinary cost of living with whatever debt they can access. And since they can now no longer get new debt, this usually dries up all the debt, all the credit accessible in the market. So that's like the first wave that happens is everybody then gets into massive debt, and when they shouldn't. But that's basically what you're hoping for as a rate hiker, trying to push people into a corner to where they have absolutely no further options, dry up the debt market, and get them to the point where they must save, scrap, watch their spending, save, and so that takes, as you can hear it takes months, quarters. It takes many months. It can take 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Just the fact that when you, in real estate market, when you're trying to buy something, can take a month or 2 or even 3 for escrow processes. everything's changing right now, and so many processes take months, and so you're going to see the effects of these over the course of months, and that's why we're going to have a choppy bottom. 1 second, guys. I have to help my daughter. Be right back. All right, I'm back. So the long and the short of it is that the market reaction at first this morning was on our side was favorable, positive. However, now it looks like the reaction is a little bit more in line. I find it crazy, the market going up on sort of bad news. It's strange, but it could mean that it's like a release of volatility, a release of uncertainty. However, now I think we're seeing the much more natural and organic reaction where the market is pulling back now off of a high. And the Qs hit resistance at 305. That is the exact resistance area that I talked about yesterday and previously. 305. So we have hit that resistance, and now we're pulling back before the open. Market opens in 1 minute, 20 seconds. Take a look at ADXN for momentum day trade. TUEM also looks good, TUEM, but I think I like ADXN a lot compared to the others. No, Carl, ONEM looks like a buyout. I don't think that's a trade. All right, we got 1 minute until the market opens. 50 seconds. And right before they open, all three markets are dropping off of the high that they started to push up. It's just wasn't the direction the market wanted to go. 25 seconds. All right, here we go. I don't think Tesla's going to get saved by this market right now. Happens. Apple pulling back. Tesla jumped from 765 at the open. It's now at 775 roughly. So Tesla up 10 points. I do believe possibly that Tesla will be about finding the top today, though. The Tesla trade, if anything, will be about finding the top. Which one is a good swing for today? Yeah, this remains to be seen. Certainly give it the first 5 minutes of the market, and then let's see which way something moves. If you can't go short, then you're only choosing longs. And right now, the market is under a lot of pressure near resistance. And Tesla's already back to 769, 770, 769, pulling back. I don't think there's a clear pick this morning yet. ADXN, momentum day trade, that one is happening. ADXN. Getting close to the 1.8 breakout. Pre-market. IONR, yeah, let's see, as a swing. Yeah, maybe. I can't tell much with this very little volume the chart is making. There's Randy. Hey, TBLT breaking yesterday's high. That could be a move on TBLT. TBLT. Market itself, pretty indecisive right now so far. Almost 3 minutes into the trading session. And we've tested some highs. We've tested some lows. Looks like we're making a new high of the day. We're testing highs again. Yeah, that's a strange move on the VIX. Looks like people buying up puts. Hedge their positions. Cutting my dollar tree here, not holding up. At break even. Timing was off. For that reason, I'm out. Pre-market highs and resistance on the Qs is 305. And we are testing the 303.50 area right now. I think the market's going to find more resistance here than demand. Tesla at 775, all over the map. A big pullback. Tesla went and hit 780 almost, but now big pullback all the way to 770. That would be a retest failure neckline breakdown, what it just did. And that usually signals the backside of the trade. So you might want to try shorting it from here. 775. Average in. But, you know, that is if you wish to trade something with bullish sentiment short at all, which I don't advise. Base materials pulling back pretty hard. Financials pulling back. Staples holding steady. Healthcare holding. Utilities dropping. Discretionary pulling back. communications with huge pullback. That must be Meta. Let me see. Meta failing out off of their open. Technology pulling back. Industrials pulling back. Energy pulling back. So we have a broad market decline, and that's usually what will become the sentiment for the whole day. When you have broad sentiment like that, it's really hard to reverse. So it will probably be a grinding down day all day today. That is something we're seeing from the general market. We are now 7 minutes into the session, so now we can get a sense of the opening range break direction, and you should trust that it likely it usually will follow through in that direction. You know, the majority of the time, 60% of the time. Great decision. And so on that note, I'm cutting my Netflix position that I got into yesterday at market close on strength. Yeah, the VIX is heading to 2440 after hitting 2350 in pre-market. If anybody needs me to check on something, let me know. TBLT continuing, hitting 5.5 now, off of yesterday's highs, breaking out off of yesterday's highs of 5.2. TUEM, TUEM is crapped out. ADXN is trying to get over that 1.8 resistance. Market mostly a negative today. Broadly negative. Airbnb, yeah, let's see. Yeah, same thing. Timing is bad. You shouldn't even have to ask, Carl. Right? Maybe you weren't. Maybe you were telling me. Yeah, so I just exited that one. Reserve your capital. Timing was off. Try again another day. Yeah. All right, most of my positions are looking all right now that I've cut them. I may need to cut MRAM soon. Doesn't improve. I will signal the alert on ORMP swing trade. Not necessarily swing 100 though. It's going to go in the chart trader alerts. So I'm buying ORMP, potential multi-day swing with about $2 a risk. Definitely want to be very defensive getting into anything right now because it could be the end of a rally run and we're right up against resistance. Apple is acting like it'll just do whatever the market wants it to do versus having its own reasons to move. So Apple not really helping the market today. Apple lagging, not leading. All right, if there's anything else anybody wants me to look at, I got to go take care of my daughter. She's not feeling too good this morning, and my wife just went on an airplane, so I've got to take care of my daughter. And you guys, I'll see you in the group, and if you have any questions, just post them in there, and I'll help figure it out with you. All right. So a little bit of a short morning session, but I do believe we've got our bearings. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, thank you guys. But I think we got our bearings and we're ready to go. See you in the group, and I'll be responding from there. Thanks, guys. Y'all, and thank you. Yeah, ADXN still looks like potential, you guys. ADXN. All right. So country.